Kate, what are you doing here so early?
What, me? I'm always on time.
Of course you are, dear girl. You're always on time. In your time.
Well, I know that all things in this wonderful universe exist in both time and space. So, time as we know it simply occurs differently for me.
No doubt. I see you've gotten both of us bubble teas already. Can I pay you back?
Let's see. You are the employed one, right? And I am the unemployed one. Plus, I've thoroughly mooched off you, seeing as you almost always arrive way before me, and my tea is always right here on the table, waiting for its consumer to consume.
Wow, Kate. Are you thinking that one fine day you might try to reconcile our ongoing balance of payments? What will the IMF say about that?
As in, I am fun? Or I am fickle? I can definitely think of others.
I'm surprised that word wasn't your first option. Of course, you know that I could care less, being the loving and socialistic Scandi that I am by bloodline. But, hang on here. My laptop is just booting up. And you brought yours as well, I see.
Yep, it appears it'll be just another busy day at work for me. Hunting for those elusive jobs again that don't involve some degree of special knowledge or insular alignment with the employing powers that be.
There. It's finally booting in. So, what's going on with Miss DaCosta today?
Well, not much has changed since yesterday, though I did go to get groceries last night.
Oh? Geez, girl. That's an exciting facet of life we should explore. Did you go home and rest after that? I always do, you know. Too many decisions to make just tires the old girl out.
Well, I couldn't take a nap because I actually had to cook dinner.
Nice, nice. Well, tell me, what did you cook?
Oh, nothing very exciting for sure. Your typical Chinese food conglomeration of vegetables and tofu.
Conglomeration? Wow. You make the meal sound so tasty.
It's not that it wasn't tasty that bugged me though.
Something about your dish bugged you? Seriously? Were there bugs in your food?
No bugs. But it had scallions in it.
Scallions? Do you mean green onions?
And there you go. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head, Sonja.
What? And, dear girl, what was the problem with the green onions? Stinky? Slimy?
Nope. No. The onions themselves were just fine. But what wasn't fine is how they were labeled at the store.
Really? Oh, sorry. I got way too little sleep last night. How were these aberrant green onions labeled then?
The tag at the store, you know, the price tag, it showed them as scallions. Get it? The store always labels them as green onions or even organic green onions. But this time they used a scallions label.
But aren't they the same thing, in essence?
Don't know. Kinda think that the store clerk thought they were different, even though they resided in the same doggone place where the green onions always were.
Did they look different at all? I mean, were they greener or thinner or smell more oniony?
Not at all. No diff that I could tell. Just your normal, boring green onion. Just bunches of them there, masquerading as the more sophisticated scallions.
Well, Maybe someone in the produce department decided that they'd be a little creative, or maybe the store is enacting one of those morale-boosting employee engagement strategies.
Yeah, but no, I doubt it. Worse yet, I don't appreciate that kind of creativity. By a long shot.
Really? Do you find it too confusing?
Of course. Way too confusing. I mean, think about it a minute.
Think about scallions versus green onions?
Sure, but that's just what's bubbling on the surface, right?
In what way?
Well, I hate to bring this up so early in the day, and I know it sounds like I'm complaining, but there is a difference between a complaint and a valuable observation, right?
In your case, there's no doubt. So, what is the valuable observation then?
It's the thoughtless use of the term scallion. It obviously amplifies the confusion factor surrounding the vegetable.
Confusion factor? Huh. You mean the people who don't understand that scallions are, in truth, green onions?
Yep, of course. That's the primary surface issue with the vegetable.
Oh boy, I give up. Then there are other issues beneath the surface?
Absolutely. Lots of other issues and concerns, if you ask me.
So, can you please enlighten me, my dear? But before you do, I just received a work email that I have to respond to. My attention span might be somewhat limited.
That's fine, Sonia. No different than always.
But say it again, please. What are the other issues with scallions or green onions?
Well, just think about it if you're not from around here. Like, pretend that English isn't your native language.
Okay. Thinking.
No, seriously. You'd first be confused about buying a scallion versus a green onion, correcto? Do they look different? Do they taste different or cook different?
Sure. I suppose we've all wondered about that.
Right? But then you accidentally bang into someone's cart at the store and they call you a rapscallion.
Rapscallion? As in being a rogue or scoundrel?
Yes, exactly. And there you are, in the store, thinking someone just called you an onion. Maybe even one that likes rap or something. Then you're confused all day, right?
I'm not so sure, Kate. Seems like the guy could just speak rapscallion into his phone and the definition would instantly appear.
Maybe. Possibly. If he had his phone in hand at the time. Otherwise, the dude might just smile at the insult, then think that Americans call people vegetables when they appreciate them for smashing into their grocery cart. Get it?
Oh, Kate, your mind is a whirlwind of wonder.
But that's not all, Sonia. Not all. Later that same day, just ecstatic that you were called a vegetable, you decide to celebrate and treat yourself to a nice meal at a fish restaurant.
Huh. And what happens at this seafood restaurant?
It's obvious, I think. You order a plate of scallops. Better yet, or worse yet, they're sautéed with shallots.
And things get weirder for your grocery buddy?
Totally. I mean, it's bad enough that he confused scallions with rapscallion. Then, on the same day, he can't figure out shallots versus scallops, right?
Oh my.
And, to top it all off, he somehow finds out that shallots are related to scallions. Pretty soon, the poor guy's head is swimming.
Only you, my dear, would be concerned that such a thing could happen to some ESL-challenged dude.
It's not so much the dude's experience that bothers me, though.
Oh boy. What is it then?
The obvious fact that it's so meaninglessly confounding, right? Scallions, rapscallions, scallops, then shallots. It's enough to make you want to stop learning the language altogether.
Indeed. Somebody should fix all that and remove the friction in this language of ours.
Right? Right? Like, if I was in charge of things, I'd change everything about this scenario to reduce the confusion. Green onions stay, and scallions get stricken. Verboten, as they say.
Of course, the world needs you to be in charge of all language inconsistencies like that.
Yep. Now you see where my mind goes when I have too much time on my hands. Scary places that put me in charge of English linguistics, at a minimum.
But I assumed you were already engaged in your exciting novel to have too much time.
Oh no, seriously. You shouldn't have brought up that unfortunate topic of discussion.
Uh-oh. Continuing. Book problems, my dear?
Laugh if you want, Sonia, but I believe that I'm slowly starting to get into the author's head.
Really? That's good, girl. Like I said, I'm not even certain I read the book. Everything you mention rings almost no bells for me.
What's that musical saying about every good favor returns a response or something?
Oh, Kate. Yeah, I think you're referring to a guitar tuning phrase. But are you saying you'll find a way to get back at your poor friend here?
No. Of course not. I'm joking. However, I will say that this Ricky boy is anything but a jokester. I mean, the guy is pedagogically disaffected, unable to say a positive word about anything or anyone.
Really? Even his poor wife, Sophia?
No. It appears that he still cares about her. Yep, still cares about the girl, despite the fact that he's reverse aging. Kinda like that guy in the movie. Meanwhile, old Sophia's getting older each day.
Bummer. Wait a sec. Okay, machine is finally spinning here. Now, you were saying that Ricky's a Benjamin Button kind of guy?
Yes, sirree. That's the movie. But although their ages are diverging, he's still nice to her. Like it's old times, and he can look past her age.
Aw, that's so sweet of the Rickster, right?
You know, Sonia, if you carry that button thing to its logical conclusion, then young Ricky there would end up as the two little cells that originally mated. Did you think of that?
Wow, Kate, that's so deep. Now, the ending is something I don't recall from the movie.
In fact, it was a big disappointment that they didn't at least show us what happened to him in that final, terminal, gestational stage. Agree?
Yeah? Hang on, just gotta pull up this other work email. Okay, so how does our Mr. Button come into play in your story?
Not sure yet. As usual, I'm only advancing through one chapter a night at max.
Maybe because you're reading it before going to sleep?
Yes. And I will say that it is so intentionally boring that my sleep state is induced rather quickly.
But that's good, right?
Not so much, no. In fact, though I've intended to rip gleefully through this, falling asleep while reading does nothing for my completion objectives.
Oh, poor Kate. You might never get through the book at this pace. Do you recall anything about the chapter you read?
I remember some stuff, though I might have dreamt some of it too.
How nice, writing a book in your sleep.
Ugh, Sonia. This author's irrational word fest is definitely not what I'd choose to write.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm certain you could write a better book. By the sounds of the storyline. What's the latest on our happy couple?
Well, if you must know, poor Sophia is having big problems.
Really? Like with Ricky Boy?
No. Ricky and Sophia are good. However, Sophia appears to be having issues with her government buddies.
A familiar refrain, right? Does this mean she's not happy with the oligarchs?
Yeah. Yada-da. Because this is a bit into the future, those government types are angry because they can't hear what she's babbling about on her kitchen intercom system.
What? A home intercom system? That's what the oligarchs care about?
Apparently.
Well, I can't imagine being some gajillionaire oligarch and spending my day worrying about some senior citizen's kitchen monitors.
Right? You'd expect with all that money, you'd have found more interesting hobbies. In this case, no way, Jose. Instead, they prefer to check out poor Sophia's kitchen appliances.
Did you ever consider that maybe these guys, it's mostly guys, right? Did you ever consider that they're really into home electronics?
Sure. Trillionaire tech enthusiasts, which is how most of them apparently made their buckaroos in the first place. They're like, yes, I control the world, but have you experienced the latest in kitchen monitoring systems?
To be fair, some of those smart home systems are pretty impressive.
Are they though? Seriously? I told you that my dad tried one out that I bought for him when he was sick, so he could yell out for 911 instead of finding his phone. Then he unplugged it after 2 weeks because it kept randomly ordering paper towels.
Yeah, that's a very specific malfunction.
Right? Like, he got 17 cases of paper towels, Sonia. 17. Not rolls, but cases. His UPS guy thought he was running some kind of underground paper towel laundering operation.
Paper towel laundering operation? That's quite an image.
Sure, I can see it now, like a speakeasy but for spills. Psst, hey buddy, you need some 2-ply?
Whoa. Now I'd watch that movie. For once, a flick with a real plot line and not just constant action and flashes.
Right? Anyway, Sophia finally fixed her little monitoring device problem by plugging it in and putting a fan next to it.
A fan? Was the thing getting too hot?
Nope. No hot monitors, as I assume every house had to have one by oligarch mandate. And they found a recipe for cooling the things.
Then what purpose was the fan?
For noise, Sonia girl, with her head buried in her laptop. Yep, the old Sophia put a fan next to the snooping monitor to drown out household noises.
And what noise was she wanting to drown out?
Well, if you were as engaged in this book as me, you'd remember that Ricky Boy is actively doing that podcast thing for his alien buddies.
Okay. I'm a bit lost now. Did Ricky want the aliens to hear the podcast first, before he let the government hear it?
Oh, Sonia. Proof that you are not engaged, my dear. No, Ricky and Sophia are trying to keep the whole enterprise a secret. In fact, they have to hide that Ricky Boy is even residing at home, since he supposedly disappeared. Zappo, kaput.
So, he's podcasting in secrecy then?
Hooray for Sonia! Yes. They're trying to keep the oligarchs from hearing Ricky's message about the oligarchs, I'm guessing.
Wow, then Ricky Boy is dissing the oligarchs?
You got it. Diss City. Blames them for everything that I can tell.
So, Sophia puts a fan next to her monitor. Then nobody comes to visit to say, "Remove that fan, woman. The oligarchs can't hear you jabbering away."
That's pretty much the deal.
Seems a bit fruitless. On one hand, the oligarchs never hear Ricky diss them due to the fan. On the other hand, the aliens might hear it, but that might be a million light years later, right?
Therein lies Ricky's genius. Geniosity. And to top that off, little Miss Sophia lets the dogs bark their heads off.
Ooh, that might hurt. A dog barking combined with fan noise?
Sure enough. But it's multiple dogs, like 6 of them. Big barkers, I guess.
6? That's lots of poop to scoop. Mamma mia, feeding those hounds.
Yep, I'm beginning to think that Sophia is one of those obscure stray dog ladies.
Oh, please, don't remind me. My mom is that way, you know. Poor dad is constantly carting this dog or that dog back to the shelter.
Really? But that implies she has a big heart?
Big heart, yes. Don't tell her I said this, but she lacks any common sense when it comes to animals.
Meaning?
She'll snatch them, even when the dogs are in someone's yard. Poor mama thinks every dog not on a leash implies that it's a stray.
Oh boy, quesadilla then.
Yeah, she's a case, for sure. Dad said that some time ago, she snagged some unleashed mutt running through the snow in somebody's yard. Then, Mom threw the pooch in the car, and a lady chased after her on foot, waving a gun.
Seriously?
Yeah. Poor Mom got out of the car, hands above her head, screaming not to shoot.
And what happened?
Well, like I said, it's friendly Minnesota. This lady was a security guard. Guess she and my mom are best buddies now.
Wow. Imagine living some long life, then getting plugged after accidentally taking someone's dog. Like, you never think you're gonna go in some weird way. And then it happens.
Not so much in Minnesota, my dear. So back to the dogs and story. Did the barking dogs and fan noise do the trick for Sophia?
Don't know. You'd think the oligarch AIs are busy trying to process all that constant barking. But that's not what I'm thinking about right now.
What do you mean?
Well, the dogs discussion has me wondering about my ants.
Your ants? Do you mean that ant problem in your apartment?
Yeah, yep, my ant problem for sure.
Kate, dear. So, how did talking about dogs relate to these ants in your apartment?
Not directly. Adjacent to dogs, maybe. It's the issue that they're both animals, of course.
Ants and dogs? Now that's a stretch for sure.
Seriously though, ants are part of the animal kingdom, so I feel bad about the whole situation.
Bad? Didn't they try to take over your house? And don't you finally want to move to my place?
I don't feel bad about them taking over. I feel bad about nuking the poor little guys for having taken over.
You mean you finally used the boric acid recipe and it worked?
Yep. Yepers. I think so. Imagine, because of me, 10,000 or maybe 100,000 tiny antlets, all lying there, forever asleep in their little underground tunnel grave.
Seriously, Kate, you shouldn't feel bad about nuking them. Weren't they getting all over your counter and moving into your pantry?
I suppose. It's too bad we can't just redirect the little guys genetically. Like, hey dudes, and Queenie, just move along. You have the entire outdoors to play in.
I get that. Like, forage forth, little guys. Just not here, or it's boric acid bye-bye.
Indeed, and you'll make poor Kate suffer heavy guilt regrets. Reminds me of what Sophia said in the book.
Said what?
That she was, prescient, I guess.
Really? In what way?
Sophia said she could smell unpleasantness wafting their way. Like, maybe the ants got a whiff of that wafting.
Wafting?
Yes, wafting. Wafting unpleasantness.
That's very poetic to describe imminent danger.
Right?
Sophia should write greeting cards. Thinking of you as doom wafts closer.
Yeah. I won't get into it again, but that whole word just kind of bugs me.
Oh no, which word is that? Let me guess. Wafting?
Exactly. Like, how does that relate to waffling? Or to wassailing? You know, from that Christmas song? Are they the same thing?
Doubt it, Kate.
Bless you. In fact, I think it's an old saying, similar to bless you.
Really? Wassailing and wafting are somehow related?
No, not closely. I think wassailing is a term from old days, just like bless you is.
If you think about it, most terms are old terms, no?
I guess so. I guess most words are pretty old, but that reminds me of the book again.
Hang on. Geez, too many emails today. And you haven't really said anything about what you're reading on your laptop there. I assume it's not the book?
Right, just haven't been paying much attention to my screen. Too many new faces to look at as they walk in. But back to the story for a sec.
And?
So, in this latest chapter, Ricky Boy is explaining to the aliens what geography is.
Geography? To aliens? As if in their interstellar travels, they don't know enough about geography already?
Apparently. So, Ricky tells them about Earth being really big, and humans not having cars and such to travel fast. So, we stayed in small teams and developed different languages.
Well, that's pretty much the case, isn't it?
Sure, though our Rickster thinks it groundbreaking stuff. Dear aliens, Earth is large, humans are slow, geography happened.
Just think, Kate, if everyone had cars back then, there might be that one universal language that you could complain about.
Yep, you're correcto.
Reminds me, what is that language some lingual do-gooders tried to get everyone to speak?
Yeah, that one. Give me a sec. Espirito? No, Esperanto. Yeah.
Nice. Now, you'd think that if you created a new language, you'd give it a name easy to remember, right?
Indeedy, couldn't agree more. Something like Papa, or tech sounding like Blitzo.
I'm with you on that. Best way to kill a language is to name it something unmemorable.
I could think of a million more names that are better. Main thing is, you'd want to limit the number of letters. 6 to the max. 3 if you could find a workable combo that wasn't overused.
Yeah, right. Makes you wonder what those aliens of Ricky's are speaking.
Never considered that. Maybe Blitzo or Baba? It probably depends on whether they ever had social media or not.
And why, Miss Kate, would that matter?
Isn't it obvious? Everyone knows, or should know, that social media is the anarchist way to dumb down the population and cause it to degrade back to its source molecules.
Uh-oh. I feel a special Kate observation is about to descend.
Can you imagine if they did have it? Who would be their alien influencers? Like, hey everyone, it's ya babes, I loaded the zygote. Today we're exploring another in utero tentacle care routine.
Wow, imagine that. In utero tentacle care.
Right. I'm sure it would be just as valuable on their planet as it has been on ours.
Okay, now I really want some alien social media to exist.
Sure. That event is clearly a sign that the entire social structure on the planet is starting to erode.
Yeah, more than likely. Just imagine if that did happen. The only thing remaining on the planet with any social structure would be the ants, or their alien equivalents.
Ooh, don't remind me of the poor little guys. Though, I'm sure these alien ant societies would eventually meet their maker as well, assuming they used ant-ish capable social media platforms.
And oligarchs, and listening devices, and lasers. If you think about it, maybe those aliens are signaling us right now, basically telling us not to allow the ants have access to social media. It unravels everything.
Or minimally, you could age-gate the poor things to avoid bad influences in their formative years.
Formative. By the way, don't ants use formic acid in their bites?
I believe so, my dear. That means no social media in the formative years of formic acid ants, right?
Okay. Now I'm ready for more caffeine, kiddo.